For the second time in 4 seasons, the Foresters have a 10-0 finish in the regular season. They also have themselves the automatic bid. They have the bye week this week, but Coach Cat, episode 12 of the Coaches Show, a big win against the University of Chicago in enemy territory. And we've talked about setting the tone. I think Cam Hackenworth was able to do that right off the jump, the first play of the game, a 54-yard return.
Yeah, I think they were expecting to see AJ back there and probably had their plans kicked to the left the whole time. They're like, who's this guy? And they were quickly made aware that Cam's a pretty special athlete. We've known that since we recruited him. The guy was a state championship quarterback, but also started at corner on that team. And so, as a guy who has a lot of talent, we've been kind of getting him in a little bit more as the season's gone on. And Saturday was a day where he got a chance to play because of AJ being out.
Yeah, as you said, AJ was out. Some other guys really got to step up, especially in the run game. Taylon Goodwin, really saw him step up, a couple of rushing touchdowns. What did you get to see out of him?
Yeah, Taylon's been explosive. I think the best part was Taylon had his best week of practice last week, and then it showed on game day. And so I think that for him, it's continued to stack those blocks on there. I know he's been I think all of our running backs have been maybe a little bit disappointed that AJ moved to running back and took some of the carries away from them. But I think that they all understand it was for the best interest of the team. And I think that Taylon is the guy that we know is a different speed level than our other running backs. And so when he can get the edge and get some certain spots, he does a really nice job. So I was very pleased with his performance on Saturday.
In the passing game, T. Lane was a heavy factor. He was targeted 4 times, had a receiving touchdown, a real nice game out of him, over 100 receiving yards as well.
Yeah, I should have thrown the ball to him more. To be honest with you, we were in the second half, we were backed up against our own end zone for about 3 straight drives. And so the passing game didn't really get to where we needed to get it to feel safe about taking some of those deep shots. You don't want to be standing in your end zone and trying to wait for a play to develop. And because of that, we weren't able to maybe throw the ball as early as we'd hoped or as often as we'd hoped. And, so from that perspective, we just need to get a little bit better and create that space and flip the field a little bit sooner so that we can, have a chance to do that.
The backbone of this team has been team defense. It's been a pride of this group since day one. A real nice performance, allowed just that field goal and 1 touchdown to hold the University of Chicago offense, which was highly touted, to just 9 points. How special was that performance from them?
Yeah, I think the best part was it was a complete and total team effort. There was no one guy that just made all the plays or anything like that. There was, I was actually surprised we didn't have more takeaways. Like we didn't get turnovers, and so we did a nice job. I think we let the quarterbacks get out. They played 2 different quarterbacks, and we let them get out and extend plays and quarterback draw and stuff like that on 3rd downs. And I think that those were their biggest plays. And I think that our guys would tell you, we were 1 guy gap short because we went the wrong direction around the block. And so I thought it could have been even better. I thought it was a great fight by those guys. I love the way our defensive line played. They were extremely physical. Nick Reek made a few big plays. And it was a very good defensive day. That was only really shot by the real star of the game was our special teams. And they did so many good things there that, between the defense and the special teams, they made certain situations easier on the scoring situations, holding them not to score. But for us, it was a confidence when we got that early lead to do some things to just kind of move through the game as quickly as possible and get on to the playoffs.
Josh Gaska, 10 for 16, no interceptions in that game against the University of Chicago. How does he continue to build from that as you guys get ready for the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I mean, he's just got to keep getting better each day. Once we get the film on the opponents we're going to have in the playoffs, getting them, they're going to be new opponents. I think that one of the comforts of being in your conference plays that you know what you're going to get usually, and you've got 10 games on them or however many games at this point. When you get in the playoffs, you get 3, and you're going to face teams you've never played at, talents and things like that that are pretty good. You just got to make sure that you're getting you got to get that film quick, and you got to figure out their tendencies and their nuances and where you can expose them a little bit. And I think on Saturday, one of the things we were able to do was stretch the field vertically a little bit more. Throwing T-Land, a couple of posts that went for big plays. We hit Bodie Rubright on a seam route that was pretty good. And so I think some of those more vertical plays instead of the horizontal screens and things like that was really advantageous as well.
So after a 10-0 finish, you guys will get the bye week here, automatically advancing to round 2 of the NCAA tournament. How nice does that set things up for you guys to get this week off, to reset and also get some guys fully healthy?
Yeah, it's the fully healthy piece. It's the most beneficial because I can guarantee we're not going a lot of contact in practice at this point in the season after 11 weeks, 12 weeks plus preseason. If we need to beat on each other, that's a problem. And so we'll be working through some things, cleaning up some things. We still had some errors on Saturday that we didn't like and need to fix. And so from my perspective, there's a great time for us to really recalibrate, focus in on what we need to But most importantly, let's get Mike Gilbo working on our guys and getting them healthy and getting everybody where we need to be so that we're hitting, at full speed come next week.
I'll ask you one last question. The MPI poll has this Forrester group rated 8th in the country. I think that's the highest all time in the program history. How special has this group been since week 1?
Oh, it's great. I mean, the thing is, this is the first year of the MPI, so we've never really had that type of rating before. And I think that with the way that the NCAA dials were set, it was advantageous to a 10-0 team. If you win, you get points. If you lose, you lose points. And so you got to keep winning. And I think one of the things that was really helpful for us is that Wisconsin Lutheran, who we played in the non-conference, had a great season up there with Coach Tresky. They went 7-3, and so that helped boost our numbers up a little bit throughout the entire season. But again, our guys kept winning, and I think that the one thing is if you keep winning, there's some rewards there, and the reward in this case is you get a bye week to prepare and get your body ready before you prepare for your opponent next week, whether it's Bethel or Co. We'll see that after they play on Saturday.
All right, Forrester fans, that will wrap up episode 12 of the Coaches Show. Next up is episode 13. We'll set the stage for round 2 of the NCAA tournament.